Hi, my name's Steve. Welcome aboard my narrowboat home, Moorland Rose. Please join me as I take a slow boat through Britain. I left you last time with the rain pouring down as I approached Rotherham. The rain continued the next day, but as I had booked to go up the Tinsley flight, I had to move. It was too wet to video, so I'd pick up my story in Sheffield Basin. Sheffield Basin is a nice enough place to moor for a couple of days, while I dry out my clothes. I have booked to go back down the Tinsley flight today, so time to make a move. Sheffield is another city where the graffiti artist's work has been put to good use. There seems to be some talent here. Many of the old canal side buildings into Sheffield are in a sorry looking state, being left derelict. Sheffield's Supertram system, opened in 1994, required the building of new viaducts across the canal. Although historic looking, The Brown Bailey Bridge was erected in 1993 to provide pedestrian access to the Don Valley Stadium and Sheffield Arena, built on the site of the old Brown Bailey Steelworks. Due to work that was being carried out at the time, passage through the Tinsley flight had to be booked, and I had arranged to meet the CRT Lockie at the top lock this morning. I was informed by the Lockie that he was having to refill the longest pound on the flight, as it had been drained overnight. Could I work myself through 2 locks and team up with another boat at Lock 3 that was waiting for me? The workman that gave me a hand explained that they were laying a new pipework for a pump that is used to replenish the water in the top pound. As no water supply was available at the summit, a steam-driven pump was installed to allow the canal to be continued to its terminus in Sheffield. Only one gate needed, and my helper was going to close it behind me.
Thanks a lot.
The Lockie had set the next lock for me on his way down to attend to the drained pound. They really are helpful. I can see Kath and Ian waiting for me in the next lock. The smoke is from a generator being used by the workmen, not Moreland Rose. We have been instructed to go down as far as Deep Lock and hold there, while the pound below is being refilled. A local guy joins Kath to help us through. Some of the gates refused to open fully with debris stuck behind them, so careful manoeuvring was required at times.
Is it?
Hardly any water in the pound below, it's a long pound.
Wonderful.
Time for a cup of tea, I reckon.
It switched the engine off time then, is it?
I think so. I mean, it could be half an hour.
After a short wait, our Lockheed deemed it okay to continue to the next lock, with instructions to go as slowly as possible and stay in the centre channel. This lock was built in 1959 to replace the two that were removed to accommodate the widened railway bridge. You can tell by the newer concrete chamber it is not as old as the rest of the flight. Once into the pound, I can see how low the water level is.
Oh.
In front is the building that houses the pump which sends water from the River Don to the Summit Pound. The derelict building alongside once housed the original steam engine. Kath's dog, Boo, loves playing with sticks and drops them at everyone's feet.
What are you doing this side?
Boo thought she would try her luck with me throwing her sticks.
Go on, round you go. Go on round.
With help from the Lockie, Kath, Ian and I quickly got down the flight. I remember coming up that a tree was partially blocking the channel here. As the last lock dropped us onto the River Don, we are going with its flow. It isn't possible to go any slower. Keep everything tucked in. It's quite a job steering and holding onto the GoPro. We have left the Sheffield and Tinsley Canal and joined the Sheffield and South Yorkshire Navigation, so the lock numbering starts again here. It shows how interconnected the original canal companies were. The Lockie, bless him, has come down to set this lock for us.
Well, at least we're going into the electronic box.
Yes.
Well, it was just a gust of wind and it nearly took my glasses off there.
Will that be more expensive than your cap?
I went to grab my glasses and the wind took the cap off. How on your own?
I did manage to recover my cap from the water before entering the lock. Gloystarn's Wharf to our left was the loading point for Geston Trime's Iron and Brass Foundry, on whose site Rotherham Football Club's stadium was built. Where the name Gloystarns comes from, I have not been able to find out. Anyone know? Leaving the River Don, we pass below Rotherham's modern flood defence barrier, which protects the town. Having gone ahead and set the lock for Ian to go straight in, I return to Moorland Rose and follow him. Now that we have no lockkeeper to help, I do my fair share with Kath. Only to be sent back by her, as she can manage. If you saw the oil carrier Exol Pride in my last vlog, this is her discharge point in Rotherham. I think this is a tug that helps Exol Pride reverse past all these moored boats to the winding hole further on. It is a long day today, so I'll leave you at the point where the Exol Pride wins. I will produce a bonus vlog on Sunday to continue today's journey. I hope to see you then. Keep the comments and questions coming, and don't forget a thumbs up keeps the YouTube algorithm happy. Stay safe, see you soon.